I'm excited to present to you our '69 Mustang. This car's pretty radical when it launches.
Holy smokes!
Hey, it's Paul at Old Anvil Speed Shop. I'm not much of a storyteller, at least I don't think I am, but maybe I am becoming a bit of one. I've got a bit of story to tell about this car. Back almost 7 years ago, we came to this shop, and it was Fast Eddie's race cars. And along with the shop, when we bought Eddie's equipment, took over the lease, along with it came two fellows that we have grown to be super good friends with, Chuck Holman and Cliff Lozes. And they raced in an AFX group out here in the West, and they've had this car for about 3 decades now. And the car has quite a history. It originally, I guess, was bought by a leasing company, and then wound up at Holman and Moody in Long Beach, where it became stored in the back warehouse. And I guess the looks like the front shock towers were modified and the rear tubs were widened, and who knows what else has happened at Holman and Moody. But it was bought and eventually wound up in the hands of Ed Conrad. And I guess Chuck and Ed kind of partnered up on this car and built this car and raced it for many years. And somewhere along the way, Cliff came into the picture, and I'm hoping to get those guys on an interview, and we'll have them talk about it as well, because man, they are full of stories. There's just so much cool history around this car and how they raced it. Turns out they are deciding to retire from racing, and I guess from driving and maintaining the car, I guess is what they're retiring from, because now we're taking it over. And they have graciously given it to us to go race and have fun so that they can enjoy it without doing all the hard work. So I'm excited to present to you our '69 Mustang that we will be racing along with the AFX group. Just recently we went to, what's it called, Match Race Madness up in Bakersfield at Formosa Dragway. And there I was able to make 6 passes along with the AFX guys so I could get my license.
Holy smokes!
I'm gonna go.
I swear I didn't mean to run that hard.
Are we going or are we not? Because we're not.
Yesterday, I went over to San Dimas to the NHRA office, and they gave me my temporary license. But this is a kind of a vintage race car. It has 1980s technology in it. It's got MSD, all the MSD ignition boxes, and I've had to do a little bit of work to it to make sure everything was working properly so we could go to Bakersfield. And so I kind of rewired most of the car, but just enough to keep it going, so I didn't have any issues. And it actually picked up. We ran some really fast times. My fastest time was a 6:05 at 111 in the 8th mile with, I think I had a 129 60 foot in one of my. So it picks the wheels up. They talked about they've gone over 2 feet in the air with the front wheels. We've got pictures to prove it. This car's pretty radical when it launches. It should be like a 950 in the quarter is what they average. So we would like to make it go faster. We want to get down the 8s, maybe even run the 890 comp class eventually in NHRA. But we want to see if we can get there. Currently, we're talking to several different vendors about brakes and about fuel injection. I'm hoping that Holly can help us out and put fuel injection on this car to make it go faster. If they can help us to really get those times down. Also with some of their safety equipment, we're going to be I've already had to put new belts in it because they were out of date. I had to get a new helmet because I didn't want to use Cliff's helmet. I know they have a racing seat that should cut, I think a new one's 18 pounds, where our old ones are at least 30, 40 pounds. They're heavy. And I did take the passenger seat out, so it had stock interior in it when we got it. It's crazy. They were still racing this just like it was an original car. Actually, that reminds me, one neat thing about this car, it's never been on the street. We have the title is the original title that it was sold as. So the car has never been registered on the road. And what's funny is I've never been a Ford guy, and this car has made me research Fords and learn Fords. Just I never was around them. Of course, I had plans to build my 55 Chevy. Bought it several years ago from Eric Geiser, the photographer, who I admired for all the years of Street Rodder and all his cover shots. I bought a 55 Chevy sedan from him. I have a 496 big block with a little field blower that should be making about 1600 horsepower. And I want to go run that as a gasser and run 850 like all day long. But that's kind of going on hold between money and running a shop. So this was such a blessing to me because I've always wanted to go racing. We are a speed shop, and this kind of legitimizes that. It's just something if you don't have fast cars around a speed shop, then something's wrong. So, but this also is some of the research I've had to do to find out parts that we can get for the car and make it go faster. Helps me in our daily builds. So, really excited about that. Also, I would like to reach out to y'all to leave in the comments, hey, what would y'all like to see us do to this car? I want to retain the heritage of it, but I want to make it go faster with modern technology. And our plan is with the fuel injection is to make it where we can take that fuel injection off in a hurry and put a carburetor back on it in case we need to run certain classes. I know the AFX guys, they all run carburetors. I want to try to talk to them about going to fuel injection. As long as we don't have delay boxes and all the electronics associated with the tree, I think we'll be fine. But I got to convince them that a lot of them are old school guys. I used to be at one time too. I swore I'd never do fuel injection, and now everything we do is fuel injected. We love the control of it. So yeah, so we got to make the car go faster. We got to make it stop faster. I'll mention Willwood. We're talking to Willwood right now about brakes for the car because we are going to be racing a 4-race series at Verona, which is just south of us. That's actually our closest track now that Irwindale closed. So Verona has a very short shutdown lane, so we got to get this car to stop. The previous owners, they were a little scared of Verona. So this is a fast car. When I went to Famosa, I was actually running faster than the rest of the guys in the class with this car, even though I was getting my license. It's a hit. Really looking forward to y'all joining us along for the ride. I think this is going to be a great series. The car is a lot of fun, and y'all will really enjoy watching us build this car up and make it something that more modern, but keep that vintage heritage. So come on and join us.